Hey Virgo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are sort of looking at, what new energy is coming in for us this week. And I will also be doing a career and finances portion as well. So I'll make sure I timestamp that so everyone can sort of jump straight to that if that's all you're interested in. Um, I will just ask if everyone can leave a comment. Not only will you go into the draw for a free personal reading, but it really does help the channel sort of grow. We are only a really small group at the moment, so I do really appreciate every single like and comment that we are having there. So thank you so much for being with me. Now, when we get started, we will be using the Slavic Folklore Lenormand deck today. I do also have with me the Reflector Loon Lenormand there for when we do move over to the career portion. And my memory today, did I just call this a tarot deck? I don't know, but it's the Lenormand decks that we're dealing with, okay? And then I do also have the Moon Magic Oracle deck for that career portion as well. Okay, but we'll get sort of straight on into it for you, Virgo. Virgo, and incoming energy for Virgo this week. What's new for Virgo this week, please? Okay, and I just want to grab some clarifiers here. So can I please get some clarity for that fourth card, please? Clarity for that fourth card, please. Okay, and is that third card, is that speaking about Virgo directly or somebody around Virgo, please? Okay, so Virgo, we do have first and foremost the stars card for you here, which was followed by the tree. Okay, so straight away with that stars card being the very first card we've pulled out today, that's all about wishes and wish fulfillment. Okay, so and that hope and optimism for your wishes to come true as well. It is a super inspirational type of energy, that light in the darkness is coming for you, Virgo. I can kind of feel with that. But it really does talk about, some of your wishes are starting to manifest into reality. So that's fantastic. And what we are sort of seeing there is that we do have that tree energy following that up. So for some of you, Virgos, this is going to be, like your wishes when it comes to your own personal knowledge, your own wisdom, kind of a thing. So if you've been studying all those sorts of things, we might be seeing that we are doing really well with that, and it's really sort of helping us attain new goals and manifesting some really great energy into your life from this study or some sort of wisdom that you've sort of found yourself with there. As well, but it does also have this element of there is a spiritual element with the tree, but it really does talk about personal growth as well. So if there's something in particular that you have been wishing for when it comes to your personal growth and your self sort of betterment type energy, it's really giving us a lot of hope and optimism that these things are working out for you. Okay, so I do feel that for some of the Virgos out there, we are kind of looking at that self-growth aspect where you've kind of been wishing for, it definitely, with the wishes card, it definitely could be like if you have had some negative stuff going on for you emotionally or spiritually or even in the real world. It's kind of letting us know that you're growing into this phase of hope and optimism for the future. Okay, so it's quite a lovely message for you there, Virgo, with those two cards. Um, Next, I do have the woman energy there, okay, and that was followed up by the clouds energy. Now, I have clarified both of those. And I did ask whether that woman energy, I did sort of ask if that was talking about you specifically, Virgo, or if we were kind of looking at an external person. I'm not getting a clear answer from this card that I've clarified with. It was clarified with the clover energy there. So I for some of you, this is going to be talking about you directly, and for others of you, this is going to be talking about somebody external to you. So quite interesting there. Okay, because for some of you, we are kind of going to be looking at a pretty straightforward message where that wish and that growth is actually coming in the form of somebody else. With the woman there, I don't really like to genderize there, but it really does talk about that nurturing energy and that a bit more on the emotional side of things there. So I do feel as though we could be looking at nurturing some sort of connection with somebody else, and is what's sort of growing. This connection with somebody else may be growing for a lot of you there, but and with the clouds, if that's the case for you and we're looking at a connection that's growing with the clouds, it may be a connection that you have been confused about and had a lot of doubt about, but we are now seeing that that is sort of growing, and you are also given the opportunity with that clover clarifying that to sort of take some risks and take a bit of a chance on that person and on that connection, and that it will grow, because the clouds, I have that clarified by that key, which that does talk about new doors opening within the connection, and new doors being open to this connection, being able to take a bit of a chance on this person, and it will sort of lead to success with this person, and success in the way that you're thinking about this connection as well. All right, so that's for some of you, but for others of you, where that woman may actually be you. So if you do sort of find yourself to be a person who is, a nurturing type person, a giving energy, and you do associate more with that feminine energy, that more emotional side of yourself, that probably is you, Virgo there. And in that case, once again, with the tree, we are seeing that it's that self-growth really coming into alignment with our own self-growth and clearing the confusion that we may have had in the past when it comes to what it is that we do dream about, like, and wish for. So you'll sort of really be starting to get a bit of clarity with this clouds card being clarified by the key there. That does sort of show us that, whatever stormy sort of thoughts you've been going through, that they really are sort of leading you to some sort of success. All right, and it could also just be letting us know, think about things not just from that emotional standpoint, but also from a more logical manner, and that's going to help lead to that success as well. But with the key and the clover clarifying both of those energies, we are looking at a sort of a time of prosperity headed in for you guys, regardless. That success and new doors opening to you in the near future, whether this be more to do with your self-growth or to do with the growth of a connection around you. All right, like I said, I feel like I'm getting it's probably about 50-50. So about half of the Virgos out there, this is in regard to somebody else, and for the other half of you, this is you directly, and it's just sort of giving us that opportunity to use our emotions to cut through the confusion. All right, so really stopping and looking at, the things that we do wish for as well, because, with the stars being that first energy, followed by that self-growth, um, you know, sitting with yourself and really sort of working out, hang on, what is it that I do truly wish for in this life, with this connection within myself? What is it that I do truly wish for? And that's going to help clear those thoughts up a little bit as well, and help you sort of remove any anxiety. Okay, so really coming into a successful period, and quite a lot of short-term good luck with that clover on the table as well. Okay, so quite a lot of luck in being able to manifest all those things that you are wishing for. So that's a super positive energy for you guys. But I'll just timestamp so we can move over to our career portion. Okay, so Virgo and our career and finances. Career and finances for Virgo, please. Interesting. There we go. We have the Moon in Virgo card. So it's actually super good to see that coming out for you, Virgo, because it does show us that you're quite stable in your own self when it comes to your career and your finances. Really focusing on yourself and what suits you the best. Okay, so that's perfect to sort of see the Virgo coming out for the career for you there. It does say issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. So if you are someone who does work in a more physical arena, really taking a bit of care this week to make sure we're not injuring ourselves or anything like that. I do know a Virgo who does have quite a physical job. So, I'll make sure I let him know, be super careful this week, because the last thing you want is an injury. Okay, so I feel as though that's, but for everybody, just in general, it's just talking about, looking after your physical body, as well as, everything else. Just don't I feel like there's probably a few of you that are just so stuck in other things and paying attention to so many different things. I feel like I need to tell somebody out there, don't forget to eat. All right. If you're anything like me and you get so distracted doing a million other things, and sometimes you're forgetting to eat until it's like late in the day and you're like, oh, I haven't even eaten yet. And so, I feel like for some of you guys, that's probably what's going on. Okay, so make sure we're paying attention to our body as well as everything else. Okay. Virgo and career and finances, please. Career and finances for Virgo. Okay, and just wanting to get some clarity for that fourth card, please. Can I please get some clarity for that fourth card? What is that in regard to, please? Okay. Quite interesting, Virgo. We do start that reading with the fox energy. Okay, so the fox is like the little salesman of the career world there. So it's talking about selling yourself a little bit when it comes to your career or your finances, those kinds of things. Sitting in that fox energy, you would find yourself to be quite independent, self-sufficient, and focused on your own sense of survival as well. There is that physical element with the fox card. So when we do see that physical well-being coming out in that moon in Virgo oracle there, focusing on making sure we are looking after our physical body for our own survival as well. So we're not getting sort of trapped up in anything. But that is coming across as a super positive today, because that's actually followed up with that clover energy. So I'm actually seeing both the clover and the key have come out here. So once again, that whatever was going on in our personal life, we're seeing those successes through in our career and finances as well. But with that fox energy, it's kind of just sort of telling me that now would probably actually be a really good time for you to be making deals with people, that kind of a thing. And like that salesman type vibe I mentioned there, um, you know, proposals, I feel like is somehow important for you there. Offering proposals to other people within your career might be super important to you at the moment. Going out on a bit of a limb and taking some risks as well. That Clover card really does talk about short-term risks. So I feel as though that you're in a position where you can actually be, taking a bit of a risk to make offers to people at the moment. Okay, so for some of you, that's going to be things like, um, you know, it actually being a favorable time for you to be approaching the boss and asking for a raise, that kind of a thing. So um, you know, and selling yourself up there as well and taking a bit of a risk in order to do that. It's actually going to pay off for you pretty well with that Clover card there, because yeah, once again, the Clover card really does talk about good luck. So in a phase of super short term good luck, but obviously with the Fox card, like I said, worrying about yourself first. Worrying about your own sense of survival, doing what's needed to survive within your career, within your finances at the moment, and being able to take a little bit of a risk in order to get that met for yourself there. Um, that was followed up by the Stork energy. So the Stork really does stir up new energy within your career and finances as well. I feel like for a lot of you, this is sort of aimed more towards the financial aspects. When we're looking at that Stork there, it feels like something sort of some sort of transition or change within your finances that's actually going to, really stir up some new energy and bring you more options in the near future with your career or finances. So for some of you, I feel like, for some of you, this is definitely, that storyline of somebody going to the boss asking for a raise, that being accepted, and then that's sort of stirred up new money for you and new opportunities for you. So even if you don't get the raise, you will get offered something comparable. Okay, so maybe a new opportunity within the career field, those kinds of things, because we do have the road there. So we do sort of see new paths opening up for you as well. So if we're looking at that storyline, yeah, it's definitely sort of saying that there may be new opportunities coming in to change direction within the career and go into a direction that's going to end up making you more money. And if that's just sort of financial, we're stirring up that new energy, giving us more options, new paths opening up to us where we might actually be able to make new, like, with the paths talking about finances, it definitely could be talking about new income streams as well. So new opportunities headed your way when it does come to income and your career as well. So I do have that road card clarified by the man and the key. Okay, so for some of you, once again, with that energy, it's kind of going both ways here as well. So for some of you, this is talking about, so I do feel as though, right, when we saw that feminine in the general, if you identified as that feminine in that general, this is somebody else external to you, and they're probably like a businessman helping you find new income streams, find new pathways within your career. All right. So that's if you identified as the feminine in that general. But if you identified that feminine within the general as somebody external to you, then this is you being quite successful and opening these new pathways for yourself. Okay, so bit of a mixed bag there, Virgo. So you guys have got your energy, in that dual energy at the moment with half of you going one way and half of you going slightly different, and it's kind of just it does feel a little bit confusing for me as a reader, but I think that's what we're sort of looking at. So if you identified as the feminine in that first portion, this is somebody else. And if you identified, that feminine as somebody else in that first portion, then this is you, okay? So, and it does sort of talk about with that man thinking things through quite logically as well, all right? So making sure we're looking at any new opportunities in a quite logical manner, and basically going, which path is going to bring me the most success? Which path is a brand new door opening for me? and open up even more doors down the path. So if you're looking at it in a logical manner of, you know, what's actually going to bring you the most success in the long run, I do feel as though you're going to make the right choice for yourself, no matter what the choice is. All right. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Let me know which side of that you resonated with there. You know, like I said, it's going to be different for everybody. You know, we all are on individual pathways. So, and it is a collective reading. So, you know, it's just interesting to me sometimes when readings come through like that, where it's sort of 50-50, one or the other. So let me know which side of that you resonated on. And obviously everyone that comments will go in the draw for a free personal reading as well. But if this is where we leave each other, thank you for your time.